Yo, what up guys? Welcome back to Patched.
Welcome back, and today we got the Logitech G203 LIGHTSYNC edition here. Now this has their sort of RGB along the back. It's a really cool mouse, so we'll get right into it for you guys.
Yeah, it's an old design though.
Yeah,
it's been out for a little bit. They just did like a reboot, I guess.
Yeah, and it feels good. This is sort of a spoiler. It feels nice, and Logitech sort of delivers the same quality that they do on all of their newer mice here as well.
Exactly.
Which feels nice.
So this mouse is going for $40, and if you guys want to get it, we'll leave a link in the description box.
And they released it kind of after the Razer Viper Mini, which also came in at $40, which would make one think that it's sort of meant to compete with the Razer Viper Mini as far as price goes. I don't know if that was their intention, so I can't say that was, but just notice that,
But in my opinion, they didn't do nearly as good upgrades as Razer did, because they didn't really update anything. Like the glides are the same. The cord is, look at this cord, is incredible. You know what I'm saying? Spoiler alert, right? So anyways, let's get it started off with the shape, and this shape is actually pretty small.
Yeah, and
I hate it.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I used it a lot. I try to like it, and I just don't. Like, look at where the arch is, like more in the back, and it also, like, if you look from like this, what is this angle, like from the back, I guess it like curves in like this. Most mice that I use or that I like the FK2 and like the Viper Ultimate, it's more just flat right here. So when I try to like palm it or even fingertip it, it's just like, it feels weird to me. You know, I don't like the shape really at all. It kind of reminds me of the MM710 or the 711.
Yeah.
But not as good as that shape.
Yeah, it's weird. It gets larger in the middle and then sort of moves back in at the back and at the front of the mouse.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird. It's like a weird teardrop / egg shape mouse.
Egg shape, yes.
But it's reminiscent of their G Pro, like their regular G Pro mouse, the wired one. I was actually able to get used to it. It did feel a little weird at first, but I feel like the weight of this mouse, it's 85 grams, but the way it's weighted or the way the weight's distributed feels really weird on this mouse. It feels a little bit awkward at first, so it does take some getting used to for sure. That being said, I love the shape once I got used to it, but it's definitely takes some getting used to. So
I mean, you can get used to any shape, to be honest, but of course you have your favorite shapes. And this, for me, is not one of them. I mean, like, I got used to it, like, just using it, just like, it's not bad, you know? Like, especially for fingertip, it's not bad.
Yeah.
But then, like, if you want to, like, if I'm just browsing the web or whatever, I just, palm grip, and it feels horrible. I mean, if you have a really, really small hand, then you can definitely palm grip this. But if you have a medium to large size hand, you can't. And, I mean, if you have a large size hand, I don't think even finger tipping this would be comfortable, to be honest, you know? Palm that. That feels horrible.
It feels fine for me. My fingers do hang off the edge a little bit because I've got larger hands, but it feels fine, honestly. I don't mind it. And I can fingertip it as well. The buttons are perfectly placed for me when I fingertip.
Yeah.
Like, it's just for whatever reason, like where my thumb lands on this is perfect for the side buttons. And then as far as the dimensions go of this mouse, so the length is 116.6 millimeters. The width at the center is 62.1 millimeters. And the depth for the arch is 38.2 millimeters. So it's got a pretty shallow depth on there. To be honest, though, the arch isn't really that big. It's just the weird sort of egg / teardrop shape.
Curves in the back here like this. As far as the cord goes,
rubber.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have a mouse bungee, obviously that'll work. But yeah, Logitech, we don't run with these no-mo. All right, we don't like these. Okay.
Yeah, this needs to stop. It's 2020. Come on.
Exactly.
Get with it.
As far as the buttons go, though, the buttons are real nice.
The buttons are like the Logitech Classic, really good. There's no wobble at all. It's a premium built mouse. I mean, the build quality on this thing is phenomenal.
There is a little bit of travel, though. The click is like directly in the middle, but like the pre-travel and the post-travel is a little bit long than what I like. And then the side buttons, though, are trash. I don't like it at all. Do you like these?
I'm able to use them. They're not what I prefer, but I just,
Yeah, it takes a lot of pressure to press, and there's so much like pre-travel. You have to press it a lot to actually click it, which I don't like. It feels sluggish. It feels very slow to me.
And they're very small too. They're like G Pro wireless level small side buttons.
Mm-hmm. And then as far as the scroll wheel goes, scroll wheel is great. It's not the most tactile, scroll wheel that I've ever felt, but it's not bad. Especially coming from the the Phantom.
Yeah. There's also a DPI button, and then there's no buttons on the right side of the mouse. So it's ambidextrous, but not true ambidextrous mouse. So do watch out for that. The glides, they're white, but they don't really give us any details on whether or not it's PTFE. So may need to be hyperglide in this guy. It doesn't slide around that well. It's all right. It would be good for control. If you want a controlled experience, this is a good mouse for that.
Yes. And then you have glides on each corner of the mouse and one glide surrounding the sensor.
Yeah, they always got that one in the sensor. Right? It's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
It does make it a little bit harder to if you're putting like new glides on there. Getting that one in the center is always so annoying for me.
Yeah.
But for the actual sensor, they classify this as a gaming grade sensor.
Oh.
I don't know what that means. That's kind of like what Razer did with the Viper Mini as well, where they didn't really specify what kind of sensor it is. Mm-hmm. It's not a hero sensor. It's not a Lightspeed sensor. It's just gaming grade sensor.
Great.
But it feels good.
Yeah.
Feels like a gaming grade sensor, I guess.
Really didn't notice any like latency or anything, so there's that. As far as the overall finish and material of the mouse, it's great. It's this matte finish, and I love the Logitech, like what they do with their mice. It's not like too grainy like the Viper, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's pretty smooth, but there's still like a little texture on it, so you have good grip. It stays clean too, you can't see any type of oil either on the mouse. So I mean, even though it's white, usually white mice get really dirty, and you can tell, right?
And that's actually why too, because I almost always get a black mouse, but then this time I was like, you know what? I want to try a white one, see how it goes, because Logitech usually makes quality, and they do well with the finishes on these.
Yes.
Hasn't gotten dirty at all. There's no residue anywhere, and I was using this very heavily.
And then as far as the RGB goes, there is a little light strip that goes around the back of the mouse and kind of goes into the mid section. And then the Logitech logo is right here. Obviously, not a huge fan of this placement because your hand's gonna go over it and covers literally all of the RGB, besides the sides, I guess.
Yeah.
But this thing gets bright. It's super bright. Like, I was playing at night, and then like I'm playing, right? And then I'm like, oh, I'm kind of tired. I'm like, oh dude, this is bright.
Yeah.
That's how bright the RGB is. So
yeah, and of course you can adjust that in their software, their G-Hub software, which is actually made a whole lot better. There's a lot of different settings you can do on that. But the RGB, I wish they did more of like a G-Wolves thing, where instead of at the back, it went from here to the front.
Yeah.
I think that would be cool.
Also, another thing is you can see like where the plastic is in the RGB. Obviously, I don't really care about that too much. People that really care about that stuff, you probably would notice that.
Yeah, if you care about that, I would definitely get the black version, because the white, the thing is, it just shines through a lot better. It doesn't absorb as much light. That's kind of why I wanted the white mouse. I wanted to see how bright the RGB was on something that's like a mouse that's white. And it's very, very bright. It reflects off of everything. I was using the white Glorious mouse pad as well, so the light was just everywhere. But yeah, just something to look out for. I would get the black version if you don't want to see there's tiny little plastic like notches on the inside, just the way it was manufactured. But you can see those with the white version if your palm's not on it. Very, very minor, very nitpicky detail, but definitely something to be acknowledged.
Yeah, so for me personally, I didn't really like it. It's $40, so it kind of rivals the Viper Mini, like Lucas said. But the cord isn't very nice. The glides aren't very nice. I really like the buttons and I guess the finish of the mouse. But I don't like the shape and I guess also the side button. So it's hard for me to recommend.
I think it would compete a lot better even if they just paracorded the thing. Like, this is a huge factor for me. This rubber wiring, even though it's pretty loose, it's not terrible like some of the others we've seen. It's just a huge factor. Like, I don't want to see this on a new mouse.
How long does it cost you, Logitech? Like 2 cents? Like, seriously.
For paracord. But I mean, hey, it's $40. For me, I think this was a good mouse. It took some getting used to. If you just pick it up and try it immediately, you probably won't like it. You have to get used to it. You have to play with it a little bit. I played for like an hour and then I was already used to it from my hand just being on it. So for $40, I really like this as an alternative to the Razer Viper Mini. I'm not sure. I'm pretty torn between the two. I just wish there was more upgrades on this like there was on the Viper. But I mean, that's about it for this one. $40. G203 LIGHTSYNC.
But anyways, that concludes our review. Again, if you guys want to get it, we'll leave a link in the description box. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next one.
See you in the next one.